sharing my journey. Indulge in self care if you dare. It is important for you and I to take care of ourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally, in relationships, and professionally. It's okay for us to permit ourselves to look after ourselves. When I started this journey, I wasn't really taking care of me. I was taking care of my basic needs so that I could get through each day doing what I needed to do at home, at work, and while raising my child. I had no problem taking care of others' needs because that is what I was taught to do. I never thought or never occurred to me that I was important too. Taking time out for myself meant making a conscious decision to pamper me and do things for me. Now, please note, I must say that I am not a counselor of any kind. I just want to share with you how I began to look after myself. Once I stopped pushing myself, working the clock from both ends, and taking time for me, the depression I didn't even know I was experiencing began to decrease and my stress level lowered. When I started to look out for myself, my daughter, who was around 18 years of age at the time, with a child of her own, got annoyed with me because I would not stop what I was doing for me to do something for her. She said something to the effect of, "Oh, it's all about you." I responded, "Yes, it is. And it's called me-itis, and I learned it from you." By allowing myself to make changes and to look after Linda, my world became so much better. My sisters, I urge you to practice meitis. First step in getting help. I was at a point in my life where I was exhausted physically, emotionally, and mentally. I had chosen to use alcohol and drugs and cigarettes to help me cope and keep going until they were not working anymore. That is when I realized I needed help. I was full of fear, shame, guilt, and embarrassed to be in the state I was in. It took me a while to reach out and take my first step in self care. After a so called friend told me I could not stop drinking or using drugs because she had failed, it motivated me to go to counseling for the help I needed. Here I was at age 50, and I couldn't even think of how to pull myself up. I was stuck. Substance abuse had become my way of coping with the cards that life had dealt me, starting right from childhood. Along with counseling, I began reading books, listening to tapes on how to cope, and listening to motivational videos. At the advice of my counselor, I eventually joined a substance abuse group. Yes, I was in the process of making changes in my life. Without changes, I would be unable to become unstuck. I would be unable to grow. I would be unable to find and love myself again. Steps I took to take care of me. 1. I started to pray and give thanks as soon as I woke up each morning and before I went to bed or sleep each night, no matter what kind of day I had. 2. Daily readings of scripture and self help books became a part of my routine. 3. Motivational videos helped me to change my thinking. One of my favorites is The Secret by Rhonda Burns. Another is One Day My Soul Just Opened Up by Ileana Vincent. And four, in order to fall in love with Linda again, each day while I was getting ready for my day, I would look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, Linda. I love you." I would do this same thing before bed. I did this till I no longer needed to.